All right, all right. We live now. All right. Back in the days when I was young and not a kid anymore, but some days I was with but a kid again. Uh,
I wish I was a kid all the time.
all the fucking
All the
time.
time.
All the fucking time.
Every time.
Fuck work, fuck.
In the infamous words of my friend Sierra, adulting is so ghetto.
So fucking ghetto. You know, like I said earlier, I had to get me a second gig though, but I need to do that just to keep up with money. You know what I mean? But you said that like your first year.
That first year is a bitch.
Yeah. And it's just like I knew I was gonna find something at the end of the year. I was like, let me find something towards it, or not the beginning of the year, and it came right on time. So, yes. So, welcome to the Mildew Dojo once again. This is Karate in the Basement. I'm your host, Proper J, the Shogun, and to the left of me we have Master Wang.
I like that we actually can be seen doing the stupid shit we be doing. Like this has been a long time coming. Actually, being
It really
able to be
has.
seen doing the dumb shit we do.
It really has, because I be trying to like explain stuff visually, and nobody
can.
I was trying to bring them down like this. You looking at me like they don't.
Nobody see you.
They don't see that. They don't see that. Yeah. So how was your week or weekend? I would say.
Well, my weekend just started today.
So it's starting off great.
Yeah. Last night, me and my lady, we.
He's Spanish.
Hey, we played DoorDash Girl and Naked Man on the couch last night.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, I know, but
my kids was with their mama. We had the house.
Did she literally? Yeah, y'all did. Y'all did.
I am not giving details, sir.
Please don't, because I already got the visuals in my head.
I am not giving details.
She got the tip, though. She got the tip.
Definitely got the tip.
Oh, shit. I'm about to say shit. I ain't do a whole lot this weekend. I'm waiting for the game tonight.
Oh, yeah, you a Bears fan.
Big Bears fan. And I know it seemed obnoxious, but it's just like, I remember the 85 joint, the 2007 joint. It was good, but something about this year is like that excitement. It's almost like 85 all over. I was excited over 2007, but this year, it's a new feeling. It's a new vibe. Regardless, I've been telling people, everybody been telling everybody, it's like, regardless of whatever happens tonight, this been a good year for them. You know what I mean? Even as Packer fans, they want to bitch and complain about, the Bears. I was like, this is bigger than this and it's bigger than you. It's like now, I would even give credit to Packers. It's like now the NFC North is a threat. Every last team in the NFC North division is scary. Even Minnesota, they fell off towards the end of the season, but they're scary. You should have a little more respect that the Bears is doing that for this division, not just for themselves. So I'm loving it.
You just had a Black Dynamite moment. Whatever. What it said. It may be bigger than me. It may be bigger than you, but it's not bigger than us. Can you dig it?
I mean, but that's true, though. It is absolutely true.
I fucking love that movie.
I love that movie. Hell yeah. But so in the spirit of nostalgia, me going back and thinking about the 85 Bears and all this other stuff, today's show is pretty much about childhood memories. We're all older now. It's just like we started off, it's like fuck work, fuck being adult and everything like that. It's just like I remember back in the day as a kid, the days were way longer. Shoot, I don't know what the summer and the sun doing right now because it's extra hot nowadays. Well, I mean, it's the ozone, I get that, but still, it was hot as hell. You know what I mean? We had all types of games to play. It was just a carefree time. Like everything was different. That coming to age part of our lives during high school, where we slowly trying to figure out who we are and we kind of molding ourselves of what we're going to be in the future. So, we get to talk about that. And and little goofy stuff in between. So we're just gonna just tell some personal, old school childhood stories, high school stories. So if y'all don't mind.
My story's probably gonna piss some people off because I'm calling names and everything.
Yeah. Be prepared for some name
drop.
Yeah, some name dropping is gonna happen. So be prepared for that. It's all love and it's all fun, but it's gonna be some choppage.
If it's not, I don't give a fuck.
Right. And we're gonna mention some like just some random city shit that we everybody probably known and love. Because I think I'm just gonna start off this one because it's not even on my list. But I wanted this to be on my list, but it wasn't on my list because I thought you was going to say it, or we'll talk about it. But we all talking about personal stuff, right? But this one, because I want to get the ball rolling so we can talk about, back in the day shit, right? So you have your personal story, I have my personal story, but I have a town story that we all know and love.
Interesting.
Shall I start with this one?
I think I know where you're going to go, but go ahead.
You want to whisper it to me in a second? No.
No, not whispering in your ear.
No, he's like, no.
He's
like, I did that last night. Sweet nasty's all up in your earlobe. No, all right.
But I think I know when you said that it's
a town, like
town story.
Everybody black knows this story.
I think I know.
Everybody black knows this story. I personally was not there. I think
if it's the same story, I was there.
So can I just drop the title of it? Then you just run with it. Mm-hmm. Carmone versus the squirrel. Shout out to Carmone.
Shout out to Carmone.
Carmone versus said squirrel.
The squirrels.
Squirrels.
Plural.
Squirrely.
I did not know that this was something that I knew animals were capable of banding together, and taking care of some business.
Oh yeah, because statistically, not even statistically, like crows, they have like a photographic memory, so they'll remember you. If you slighted them in such a way, they will gang up like, look at this motherfucker right here.
I knew squirrels did it. I knew lions and tigers did it. Hyenas did it.
Yeah.
I didn't know squirrels did this. So we were on Liberty Street, on the corner of Liberty and Pleasant. Carmone looked like he was coming from Prospect Street. So that would have been to the left of where we were standing.
So that didn't happen at the Old King Center then?
Right there by the Old King
Center.
Okay,
it was. Okay, yeah, okay.
Right
because they were saying it was like kind of like in that park where it was.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So we're standing on the corner because that was little Freeport. That's all we really had to do was get together and just stand on somebody's corner.
Pretty much.
And Carmone is walking past the few people that he did know over there. He gave a head nod and a what's up to, and it just kind of kept it moving. It was a baby squirrel, not bothering nobody, wasn't paying Carmone no mind. Carmone kicks the squirrel.
How do you do that?
As to why, I don't know.
I don't know how you're fast enough to kick a squirrel.
The squirrel didn't the squirrel was like just sitting there, just nibbling and just
like, hey.
And all of a sudden he got a boot in his ass. No reason whatsoever. And I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Big Dookie. And he was just like, man, leave that goddamn squirrel alone. I want to say it was Duke, but I might be wrong. We go back to chatting it up about whatever the fuck it was we was chatting it up about. Because 9 times out of 10, we wasn't talking about shit.
Right.
So about 30 minutes later, 20 to 30 minutes later, Carmone and went and did whatever it was he was doing, but he's walking back the same direction that he came. 4 to 5 squirrels, including the one that he kicked, dive bombed him from a tree.
There he is right there.
They dive bombed him from a tree and towed his ass up. When I mean boots to asses, it was so funny. Like literally, if we had camera phones back then,
Oh my god.
we would have won America's Funniest Home Videos for like decades on end with that video. The squirrels was, I mean, they swarmed them like a beehive. And it was just crawling, scratching, and biting.
See, and from what I heard of the story, and what Cuz told me the story, he said they was that fast when they jumped on them and he threw them off them. They just jumped back on them. So the way he described it's like he was throwing the squirrels on and off them like this. He was just like,
yes,
he was like giving them one of those and shit.
They were big enough for him to grab, but they weren't strong enough to stop him from, flinging them. But it's like as soon as they would hit the ground, right back to him. And they kind of got on his ass for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then they just dispersed and went back up the tree.
I know what it was. It was that, I think it was that, wasn't there like an old white lady that lived in a blue house over there? She was probably the squirrel master.
Hey, look.
She was just like, and gave him one of those, said,
hey,
attack.
And I don't know who, it might have been Brethren, wrote a whole song about it. I
remember this song.
And that song still goes platinum in my house regularly for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Once a year, twice a year.
Just, I'll be riding down the street and just see a squirrel. And it, gotta.
I would never forget this story. I would never forget this till the day I die. And there's like, I guarantee if there's somebody around my age and I go and they're just like, I will just sit there just nonsense like, hey, yo, you remember when Carmone got beat up by
yeah. Dude, I never in a million years would have thought that squirrels would band together, whoop some ass, and then just go back to their regular scheduled program.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. So that we can start off with. Well, I wanted to start off strong like that. You know what I mean? So I will start with one of my stories. Let's see, what story do I want to start off with? Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this one. Coach Olsen versus everyone.
Why do I remember this?
You might have, because it's like, because you was a couple years younger than you might have remembered this. So, all right, so when I was in high school, I played football. I also was a band geek because in our class we was kind of weird like that. We was kind of a mix, kind of like there was no like set nerd or set kind of popular per se. Whatever kind of categorize you as like a nerd wasn't really that, or what really count you as popular. So I was in the band and I also was like played football, but I'll get to the band part probably later. So I was playing football, and this is majority of like a lot of my football stories were probably practice, because I probably didn't see a shitload of playing time on the fucking field. And like my junior, senior year, no, but like freshman, sophomore, yes. But there's a lot of funny stories I have about like the football field and like practice. So this one, it was like a Wednesday practice. So this is where we actually trying to run plays. Okay. And there's Coach Olsen. If you know Coach Olsen, put yourself in the mind state of Mickey from Rocky. Eat lightning, crap thunder, you know what I mean? Like when he gets in this little tangent when we up there, he's like, you got to hit somebody. You got to be the meanest son of a bitch in the valley. You gotta want it. You gotta taste it. That was him. That was him all day. He just had that kind of vibe, right? Kind of older dude, kind of, lengthy, always wearing the shorts that were a little too fucking short. And there's another story about that where his balls popped out, and I won't get to that one. But so we doing our drills, right? And I was playing linebacker, right? So we kept doing our drills, but we kept fucking up. You know what I mean? It's just like we weren't getting to the quarterback fast enough. Wide receiver wasn't open, so he was getting pissed off. So he threw the clipboard on the ground. He's like, "God damn it, y'all keep messing up everything. How are we gonna win this game if you can't even run this play and do it the right way?" So he's like, "You know what? Fuck it." Then he told whoever was the quarterback, because it was like the backup quarterback or whatever like that. He's like, I forgot who it was. He's like, "Yeah, you give me the ball." Gave him the ball, went behind the line, whatever like that. And he's just like, "This is what we're going to do. Y'all go full speed. If y'all can knock me down, there's no more drills for you for the rest of the day." So everybody else running, because, at the end of the day, you always have to run the hills,
Right.
Back and forth, whatever like that, whatever drills. He's like, "You ain't got to do no drills today." Everybody got that grin on their face. We like, bet. Now, I'm going to tell you 2 movies I want you to keep in mind when I tell this story. I need you to think of Justice League.
Okay.
And I want you to think of Something About Mary.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to tell the story. So, I'm telling the story, but I'm going to tell it now. So, he yells hike. And like I said, I'm playing linebacker. And I'm thinking about this in slow motion. So, I'm going through everybody, making a beeline. I rip through the line, how you rip right here, you swim right here, you do a spin move. So I see the coach playing quarterback. He's looking and he's looking and looking. He turned and looked at me like motherfucking Superman did the Flash in Justice League. Like, how he was holding him and he just looked like, and I'm looking like the Flash, like, what? So I ran. I just kept running. And he waited for me to do this. He waited for me. So I'm coming like right here. I'm coming from the right. I hooked around. He's about to throw. He looked at me like this, looked again. He pump fake and said, wham! Laid me the fuck out. And I'm, once again, like I said, everything in I'm doing this was like in slow motion. So I'm falling in slow motion. I'm like, oh shit, bam. So I just see him making a beeline up the field. Like dude in Something About Mary, where he's knocked the little special kids out.
Yeah.
Like he was purposely doing that to everybody on the field. Like he could have just ran straight, but he was like seeing like the Schimbergers. If y'all know the Schimbergers, cool. They if you know them, awesome twins, whatever like that. But they was always like really, they still kind of small and kind of scrawny, you know what I mean? They playing safety and cornerback, right? They had no match for anybody, let alone a guy that age. So like he purposely ran up to him, just like he's going up the field, giving people this. Like he ran up to Ricky. He could have just went straight. He seen Ricky was just like, yeah, and did that.
He tried with the Neji Hugo. 64 palms.
Right. And I'm just sitting there on the ground like, oh my God. Because he stiffed on the fuck out my helmet. He just said, I'm like this close, like I am to you. And he just looked at me like, nigga, yeah.
Funny as hell.
I went down. It was fucking ridiculous. So your story.
Okay, this took place in junior high.
All right.
Now, disclaimer immediately. Domestic violence is something that me and the Shogun do not condone in. So we give this,
yes, I do not condone that.
We give this guy a pass because he was young, but karma stepped right in immediately.
Mm-hmm.
There was this young lady named Nicole. Nicole had a boyfriend. His name was Twan.
Mm-hmm.
We called him Twan.
But his name is just Twan.
And they had broke up for whatever reason. It's fucking junior high. Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit.
And all day throughout school, she's telling everybody that after school, she's going to beat Twan's ass.
Why are you that bitter over the breakup though? Like,
We don't know.
you know what? I think that would solve a lot of like situations with relationships right now if we had that same kind of energy. It's just like, you know what? You break up with, I'm gonna beat you out. I'm gonna beat your ass outside. That could probably solve a lot of shit. Domestic is gonna probably go up just a little bit, but like
it's gonna go up a lot of bit.
But I guarantee y'all gonna stop fucking with each other.
That's true.
You know what I mean? None says like I need to leave this girl alone, like getting your hands put on you. You know what I mean? So, continue.
But we're all at school like, okay, Nicole, shut up. You're not going to do anything to him, and he's not going to do anything to you. So we leave school. We all basically live on the same side of town. So, of course, we all walk home together. Mm-hmm. And then just out of nowhere, you hear Nicole, "What's up now, bitch?" And he just fans her off like, whatever. Like, that's not happening. And she's steady calling him out. So he goes to walk up to her, and we still feeling like nothing's going to transpire from this.
Right.
Exchange of words, everybody's going to go home. And she's constantly calling the man out his name. And he was like, fine, okay. And the way he said fine, okay was like, he's not serious. He's not really going to fight this girl back.
He was like, all right.
Yeah. Like it was.
Okay. You go.
So she looked down and she noticed that one of her shoes was untied. So she crouched down on one knee to tie her shoe.
No.
And out of nowhere, he stepped forward and booted her in her face.
No.
Everybody was just like,
wow.
Whoa.
I thought he was gonna do like the Undertaker undercut. When you said that, I thought he was gonna get on the knee like, yeah. But that's bad too. That's even worse.
Like he stepped into it like kickball.
So his hands was out like this and did
foot back. So good. The sole of his foot touched the top of his head. And kicked her smack dab in the middle of her face.
How's her face now?
She's fine, but I'm not gonna lie. Back then, I was like, you asked for it and he tried to walk away from it.
Right. I think what it is, when we was little kids, even though our parents was just like, you don't hit on girls, you don't do that. When you was 14 and under, it was free game. I'm sorry.
And we were about that.
Man, yeah. I'm about to say, boy, girl, 14 and under, free game, free range. You put your hand on me, we going.
But like I said, karma stepped in immediately. And when I say immediately, I mean immediately.
That was
because when he kicked her, of course, she got kicked in the face. Of course, she fell back. She's hurt, and everybody that was there was kind of like, man, what the fuck? But before anybody could even react, this older gentleman, he was maybe a year or two older than us, named Eric, steps in and hits Twan with the coldest overhand right and basically turned the man into a spring.
Wow. He
hit him. His head went down. He pops back up, and now he's laying next to Nicole.
So it was one of those.
Now, as fucked up as this story is, something good from this story actually came about.
There's a moral to the story.
They ended up right back together like 2 days later.
He gets knocked out together.
So basically, both of them got some sense knocked into each other.
Comes back together.
And they made amends.
It's like, we're not good. We're really not good at scrapping. We just need to
Again, not condoning any domestic violence.
No.
Because that's not okay. But at the same time, women, stop acting like y'all can whoop dudes.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, some of y'all can.
Because she said that for the simple fact that you thought he wasn't going to do something.
Exactly.
That's the reason why you did that.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why you did that.
And that doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't.
But don't put yourself in those type of situations, ladies.
Because some people got time for that shit.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? Don't think because you're a woman that like it won't happen. Some guys it's just like, I don't care. So Yeah. um, let me see what story. Okay, this story I'm gonna call the Boy Scout sleepover. It's not as creepy as you think it is. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. But it's hilarious though. I know you like.
Yeah, I mean,
Is this a story?
Anyway.
Is this a story, or this a story, a cautionary tale, Jason? Like, should we have to call people? Do we need a therapist? No, it's not one of those stories.
Yeah,
no,
my brain went in so many different directions.
No, I will say this: like, if I ever tell a story about Boy Scouts, it was an amazing time. Like, in Freeport, it was like we had an all-black troop. Actually, historical point, we had the first all-black troop in Northern Illinois at the time here in Freeport. So it was like pretty much like every kid that you could think of that was over there on the east side, that was us, and we was that. So it did a lot for us. It grew us and molded us into men, you know what I mean, and all this other stuff, like learning how to do stuff outside. If you was in Boy Scouts, you know what the hell I'm talking about. So it was awesome. You like, I didn't have too many super bad, incidents or this, but I want to tell a story about the sleepover, right? So we're back over there on the east side. They had that small Mason building.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think two of our Boy Scout leaders were Masons, so they had access to. Which I think in retrospect is like, should we really been in there? Because that's supposed to be kind of a private joint.
To be determined.
To be determined. But anyways, we was there, and so it was pretty much like the little club. If nobody ever been in there, it was pretty much like I guess if you want to say a man cave, you know what I mean? So you walk in there, they had like a nice little room with a TV. They had a couch and everything. But right in the middle of the room, they had a pool table and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we were just going to have a sleepover, have fun, chill out, kind of like kids having a regular sleepover, right? So we had the idea, and this is us all the time. I think this has a lot to do with, East Side kids. We always play games, but we always put twists to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, for example, when we was little kids, we used to play dodgeball, but we also like riding our bikes. So we came up a game where it's just like me, my brothers, and my cousins. We came up a game where it's like we're going to ride our bike. One person ride a bike as fast as they can past the house, and there's going to be three of us with the ball. So It's like you got to outrun the ball. So you riding the bike, I get to throw the ball at you.
Yeah,
we was dangerous.
I couldn't have played that game. I'm going for the front tire.
Right. So we did the front and back tire. So you like ride. So you see the ball. Either you got to duck or you just got to ride fast. We played dangerously. Okay. We lived like on the razor's edge.
That sounds like a great time.
Great time. So this was no different. We was going to play. We mixed hide and go seek with pillow fight. So basically, we turned off all the lights in the motherfucking room in the building or whatever like that. So, and I know you've seen videos like this where you see the Asian dudes, whatever like that. They turn off the lights and they're like, playing pillow fight in the dark. So that's what happened. So now I'm gonna put in perspective. There's this guy that was in Boy Scouts, a big guy. I won't give up his non-government name, but I'll give him his government name because a lot of people don't know him by his. No, actually, if I do drop his government name, y'all gonna know what I mean. It started with an R.
Okay, got you.
Big dude.
Got you.
He had like two brothers too that were like kind of big.
They're big, yeah, they're big as well. I got you.
Okay, and one of my other guys. Now I would say this because a lot of people don't even know his government name. One of my homies, Richard, tall, lengthy dude, whatever like that. Still tall, lengthy, cool, awesome dude, whatever like that. Now the big dude, I want to say he was a bully type, but he was just a big dude.
Okay, yeah.
He was just a big dude, kind of ran his mouth. And this is not the same dude I was talking about that I got in a fight with, as a bully, though.
No.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. So he will always pick on anybody that's little than him and always talk shit, right? And it was easy for him to pick on Richard because he was a scrawny, lengthy fucker, you know what I mean? So when we had the idea to play or do a pillow fight in the dark, he was already on the ass talking shit. He's like, I'm fucking you up. I'm fucking you. Hey, Richard, I got you. And he's like kind of paranoid. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, man, what the fuck did I do to you? Calm down. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I got you. Jason, I got you. I'm like, fuck you. You ain't got shit. I'm stealthy like a motherfucker. You ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting there like, you ain't going to do shit. You know what I mean? Part of me was a little scared, but yeah. So turn off the lights. We got action. So first maybe minute and a half, it was quiet. Then you just hear giggling. Then you kind of hear people walk around. Then you start hearing the whooshing, like whoosh, whoosh, pop, whoosh, whoosh, pop. Ah, shit, whoosh, whop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? And now I'm ducking for cover, right? So it's having a good time. So I'm hearing the pillows going pop, 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 pop. Ah, shit, nigga, get off me. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, that was my face. Somebody done stepped on me. We just pop, 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 pop. I ducked. At this point, it's just like, because I knew Boat was doing. Name drop like a motherfucker. Shout out to Boat.
Shout out to Boat.
Shout out to Boat. So the motherfucker that was doing this shit was Boat. Okay? All right, if you don't know, I have nothing but love for that motherfucker, but it was Boat. Okay? God damn it, I thought I was going to not say his name, but it was motherfucking Boat, a.k.a. Roosevelt the Baker. Okay? So, I hear him doing damage in there because his fucking pillow was going way harder. So it's like you hear everybody else like choo, choo, choo. You hear whoosh, ah shit, whoosh, ah shit. You know what I mean? So then I kind of ducked near the pool table and was right there. So when I heard people like kind of walking by, I would stand up and be like, bam, and then I laugh and I would duck down. I was very stealth with it. Then all of a sudden, like I said, Boat had a thing about like somebody little just kind of like giving them little shit, you know, like that. So all of a sudden, I just hear the pillow going pop, pop, pop. Then all of a sudden, after that, I'm starting hearing, man, dig it, nigga, get the fuck off me, get the fuck off me, get the fuck off me. What the fuck you doing? We turn on the lights. We see motherfucking Richard had Boat on the fucking pool table, just crying his eyes off, like, you leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. So what happened was basically while the lights was off, Boat cornered Richard literally in the corner and was like hitting him with the pillow. Then he backed him up against the wall. Well, not backed him against the wall. He backed him up to the pool table. And he must have swung, and I guess Richard like swooped away, and Boat landed on the pool table, and he started beating his ass. But it's just funny when it's just like you hear the ass beating, then you turn on the lights, and you're like, you just see him crying, like, and I'm just sitting there like, I was rolling. Everybody else like, oh my God, I'm sitting there like, that's what you get. But moral of the story, leave little motherfuckers alone.
Dude, all of that shit makes sense, dude, because Richard don't fuck with nobody.
No, and that's the first time I seen that, and the second time I seen that where it was Richard again, like somebody was fucking with him at school or something like that, and kept fucking with him. Richard picked up a school like a lock, slap him in the face. He went down, same time, same thing. He cried and just giving fucking
that's that breaking point, man.
Yeah.
You can't push somebody goddamn to that breaking point. Right. You don't know what they're gonna do.
And to this day, like if any of them motherfuckers, if I see anybody put their hands on any of them, I'm gonna ride out for either one of them. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. So shout out to both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you said. I'm like, okay, I know who we're talking about. Then you let it slip.
I was like, Boat, I'm God damn it. And I always think about when like I said, this is all love and fun. It's like, hopefully he's like, nigga, why you just gonna call my name? Because he's still a big motherfucker.
That he is.
He's still a big motherfucker. But I don't think he have athleticism. I will kick you in your knee, buddy. Like, I just don't want to fight you. Like, if you ever see this, Boat, like, I don't want to fight. This is all love. It was hilarious. You know what I mean? You know, so and
he be cool and over, man. He don't even be on that.
No, he don't. Like last time I seen him, he actually cool. He always like, hey, how your mom doing? How's the fam doing? I always like say how his mom. I used to work with his mom at the hotel downtown. She She was just awesome. Shout out to Emma too, for real. Go ahead.
Okay, this one is short, but it's fucking fun. Dude, this shit was hilarious. It was this family that moved here from Chicago. Last name was Chess. And they had that whole, I'm from Chicago, we from Chicago.
Y'all ain't shit.
We tough, we better than y'all because we from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember which one it was. It was either Mike, or Cedric. They was talking shit to this dude we call Man.
Mm.
So Man was like, all right, shit, well, after school, let's get to it. So whichever one of the Chess boys it was, I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it was Mike. Thought that his family, because his family was notorious, if they was going to win, it was all of them.
I never understood that fucking concept.
Like they always showed up to fight, but the mamas and everything showed up. Everybody
I never understood that. There's like 3 or 4 families like that. I mean, our family kind of like that a little bit, but we knew it just like it'd be a one-on-one. But a lot of these families, it's like we used to be scared of them because of that. It's just like, no, y'all don't fight fair. It's like, I don't mind going one-on-one with you, but it's like it's never gonna be
a one-on-one with y'all.
It's like 4 families in town that's like that. And it's like, they cool. I have nothing but love and respect for them. And plus, I just don't want to get jumped right now. You know what I'm saying? But and I get it. It's like that ride or die together. But I always thought like fair ones was fair ones. You know what I mean? I can't. And I agree as soon as I do this, I'm going to get like one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I completely agree with you. But because we knew that's how they moved.
Yeah.
And I was cool with Man people because we was together like daily.
Mm-hmm.
So we was like, look, it's going to be a fair one. We not going to help you, and we going to make sure they don't help him.
Right.
So we ended up showing up probably like 5 or 6 more people deeper than them. Mm. And we let it know from the jump. Nobody is going to involve themselves in their one-on-one. If any one of y'all move, if one of y'all move on his behalf, we all moving.
Right.
So let them get it off their chest, and we're going to go home. So this gentleman, Eric, is at this scenario as well because he was a part of the Chess family. That wasn't his last name, but he was a part of the family. And he was like, look, we can't do nothing with all these dudes. But you've been at school talking cash shit to Man. So we need you to go on and get in the grass and handle your business.
Did y'all like push like, go on?
It's funny, but I still have a tinge of respect for this young man because when he realized that his family wasn't going to be able to get him out of this like they normally would, he didn't chicken out.
Yeah,
he did not chicken out.
That's some
but
shit.
Damn it, if he wasn't fucking horrified, I am not being sarcastic, not one bit. When he found out that his family was not going to help him in the bullshit that he created, the young man, he put his dukes up and cried. And when I say cry, it wasn't like angry cry. Like
it was ugly cry.
It was ugly cry wailing.
Was he shaking with it too?
And
how old was y'all again when this happened?
Maybe 8th grade.
So he was like 12, 13.
12, 13, maybe 14.
Oh, he shouldn't have been doing that then. That makes it even funnier. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, so Man kind of like, man, I don't even know if I even want to do this shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
took the fun out of it.
Like this dude is like really crying, but then he thought about it, was just like, fuck that. Hey, he went in the grass, and Buddy just crying, getting punched up.
He was hitting him so he could shut up.
And then Pooh eventually was just like, that's enough. That's enough.
He had enough.
Like the point has been proven. The point was proven when he started crying, but a lesson had to be taught. But I have never in my life, like I done seen people fight and cry because I know people that when they get mad, that's their emotion. Their emotion is
Yeah,
to
I think
cry.
I might have done that once in my life. Where yeah,
But I've never seen somebody ask for a fight, almost beg for a fight, and then when the fight actually came their way, they literally cried.
never. I never seen that. No.
But I still have to give him his respect. On top of him being as afraid as he was, he still got in that grass.
That's a bold move. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, what was he going to do? Because he run away. They was going to chase him anyways. Then it was just going to be like 10 on you.
No, the thing is, if he would have ran, because like I said, Man didn't even, when he started crying, Man didn't even want to touch him.
Oh.
The point, like I said, the point was proven. But then it was like, but at the same time, you've been talking a lot of shit.
Yeah. My hands are thirsty. You know what I mean? He needs to drink. Shit.
But yeah, that was always one of the funniest things that I ever seen. But I still, to this day, I will never stop repeating that. The fact that he was as scared as he was, and I ain't gonna say he stood his ground because there was no.
He stood in the area.
He was on the ground that was to be stood on.
There's a ground.
I would stand on.
At one point, I stood on it. Then I was laying on it. Then
I've never seen that happen before, but
that's wild. All right. Okay. So this was I think this might have been my freshman, sophomore year. Now this kind of a football story, but this was a football game. So this is after the game. So I think this was a Friday night game. Okay. So we just got done. So the freshman and sophomore team just got done. Now we was in Belvedere. So if you know anything about Belvedere, you know Belvedere football, they only have one, like the stadium, they only have one seating.
yeah,
It's like any other school, whatever. It's home over here and it's away over here. Everybody home and away sat right here.
Yeah, sat next to each other.
Okay. So we just got done with our game. And at the time, Belvedere was kind of like one of our rivals, like football rivals, you know what I mean? So here's who was all there. It was me, Billy Lopnow.
Oh, Lopnow.
Robert Cross, and I want to say Jason Harrell.
Okay.
We was all sitting there, whatever, like this, you know what I mean? Now, I'm going to say this, though. It's like, I'm almost just start off like, I was probably the softy out of all the groups. Everybody in there, you know what I mean? I was just like, I'm just chilling, okay? So I'm just starting right now. I was just chilling, okay? So us four was sitting in the stands or whatever like that. Then we seen this guy walking up, this bald-headed dude, whatever like that, had, you know, I forgot what he was wearing, it doesn't matter. But he kept walking by kind of smiling, like that menacing kind of smile, like, yeah, and walked by, you know what I mean? Then he went back down. Then he walked up again. He kind of laughed and said something under his breath, whatever like that. Went back down. The first time this happened, Robert Cross was already like on 9. The fuck you looking at? And we like, Cross is already fucking heated. And you know, these are like 3, like technically 4. A lot of people just didn't know I had a temper like that. It's just like I was just, like I said, I was remaining cool right here. So you got 3 motherfuckers with like known for having quick tempers. Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
And mind you, Billy was only probably like 5'2", but was built like a fucking shit house.
Like a shit house. Oh my God. So I think he walked again and he was just like, yo, Belvedere. Whatever like that though. When this happened, you thought like Cross was gonna be on 10. Now good up, like, what the fuck did you just say? I'll beat, like I said, he's about like, this is high school, so he probably was like 5'1". I'll beat your ass right now. What the fuck you gonna do to me? What you gonna do? Then he's just like, man, I'll get my whole crew with you and everything like that. We looked down there, it was like a bunch of Migos down there. And I'm not one of them people to mention that, but it's just like, this is going to happen later. The reason why I had to mention this it's because of something later on. Normally, I don't really care what you are. You know what I mean? I'm all cool with everybody. But basically, you know, they seen us. They didn't like us. They kept talking shit. And they was like, come on down, come on down. So we walked down there and we walking towards there was like a crowd of people. So we kind of like going through and they talking shit. We're talking shit. Then we'll buy these fences. We start to get to scrapping. I mean, I see like Cross like him somebody up, threw him against the fence. Now he giving people belly shot because he's one level with the belly. So he you know what I mean? Harold, he doing whatever. And I'm sitting there, and by the time this dude was like walking up to me, and by the time I could swing, police done like snatched him all the way up and all this other shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, they escorted them out. They escorted us out. We had to sit on the bus and everything. So, you know, the coach was mad and all this other shit, right? So we're thinking like, because the coach, he had to tell us the magnitude of this. Like, you started a fight in the school or whatever like this, and this wasn't even at home. This was like somebody else. We didn't start the fight. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. You was there fighting. You could possibly get kicked off the team. You could possibly get suspended or expelled, and the police got involved. So we're like thinking of like all these implications on the drive back, you know, home and all this sort of shit. Right. So we're like, oh my God, what the fuck do we, you know? And I'm thinking it's like I really didn't do nothing because once again, out of all the fights I've ever been, this is one where Jason didn't throw a fight, but I get in trouble. You know what I mean? In high school, I had a weird thing of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, where it's just like I'm in situation with people, and it's a group of people where we all get in trouble because there was like this one, like a slight race war that happened in school one year, and I got in the middle. I don't know if you remember that one. I don't know how the fuck I got tied into that one, but got tied into that one.
If we're talking about the same one, that started with me.
I think it was. And it was like me, Frederick.
Yeah,
it was a lot of people.
We'll talk about that one off the camera.
That was
too many names is involved with that.
That was a lot of. I don't know how I got tied up in that one, but I got tied up in that one. But anyways, I have a thing about being around, not necessarily that around bad company. It's just I'm in the shit. You know what I'm saying? So what makes this story so interesting? It wasn't even Monday. It was like Tuesday. So they had us sitting on that shit for like Monday, a whole day. Like, what the fuck gonna happen? So in school, through the prompter, they called our names individually. We go to the we didn't go to the principal's office. We went to the assistant principal office. And at this time, the assistant principal was Dr. Canariato.
Okay.
Love Dr. Canariato. He is the most friendliest mobster ever.
He was gone by the time I made it to high school.
Oh my God, he was so cool, whatever like that. I think they was from Denver or something like that. I think he was like on a witness protection. Like, you could not tell me you wasn't in the motherfucking mob. You know what I mean? And this story alone tells me that you was, right? So we're in the office and we had to explain the story. So pretty much everything I told you, we all told him and everything. So we just see like Dr. Canariato in his seat, lounging back just like this, like listening to the story like a mobster do. He just like, And what did you do, Jason? Mr. Harold, and what did you do when this happened? Then he was just like, then we just started talking over each other. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to hear any of this. What y'all did was wrong, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. The guy that like started this fight, this is a person that was known, you know, I guess drug dealer and, you know, gangbanger there, and he had a lot of like Latin Kings affiliations and all this other stuff. He's like, so y'all kind of dodged a bullet right there, but y'all still started a fight. So I talked to them, I talked to the police, and y'all can go back to school, y'all can go back to class. We's like, what? He's like, I took care of it. Y'all can go back to class. We's like, what does that mean? You took care of it.
Sometimes you don't want to ask questions.
But and the thing is, he looked at us, he just like, I took care of it, and kind of smiled. We're like, now we're scared for that boy. I'm like, what did he do? And he kind of winked. He was just like, I took care of it. Y'all can go. You're not going to, no, it's out of your hands. It's in my hands now. Y'all can go.
Yes.
Dr. Canariato.
Hey, sometimes you don't ask questions. You just, hey, you know what?
The Bronco Bambino, because he was from Denver right there, boy. That was a Denver mobster. Or no, it wasn't Denver. I think it was Houston. I think it was from Houston. But it was somewhere where you wouldn't think there would be, you know what I mean? So that was awesome. So, you know.
Yeah, I never got to meet him. I only heard about him. By the
He
time
was
I made
cool
it
as
to high
hell.
school, he was gone.
He was like, honestly, him and his wife was sweethearts. You know, they was absolute sweethearts. As like, he just knew just something about it because he looked like what he was like. Well, I guess I would say kind of tall. I'd probably say maybe 6 foot even, maybe a little bit shorter. You know, he kind of stood out here with his chest. He kind of had a slick hair, but kind of going bald. You know, kind of had a double chin. You know what I mean? You know, he kind of had a soft voice, but you could tell that he kind of you knew something that we didn't know, and he did something we didn't know because we never heard about this guy or heard of this man again whatsoever. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to close out with my favorite one. This is my all-time favorite story to tell from high school. I once had this friend. So I thought he was a friend. This is what made me realize he wasn't the friend that I once thought he was. Because I feel like as a friend, you should never belittle and or shit on somebody that you call your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So because I had such a shitty temper, they would not allow me to do contact sports in school. I couldn't play basketball, even though I could jump higher and I was probably a better rebounder than most of the people.
But you ran track, though.
It was a non-contact sport. I had to choose between tennis, bowling. Was it tennis, bowling, track, and it was something else, but it had to be non-contact.
None of that was safe. Those are objects of bludgeon where you can bludgeon somebody. They weren't thinking about this shit.
Well, they just wanted to make sure I couldn't touch anybody.
You can know what you can do with a bowling ball, a tennis
I'm
racket.
not a murderer, Jay.
A tennis racket. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Low key, like there's 3 people. Well, one of them passed away. So rest in peace, Erica. But her and like 3 other people will tell you it's like Jason will stab you with a pencil, and I had done this 3 times. So I'd say too much.
Okay, so what happened was,
but
they told me
justified. It was a justified crash out. So it
follow some Thick Skin Podcast Tuesday.
Exactly.
So I ran track. Now, this friend, we're going to call him Iron Bob. Iron Bob was a phenomenal football player. Like, I'll give credit where credit's due. Iron Bob was a phenomenal athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He did everything good. Like, he was a phenomenal athlete, but football was his bread and butter.
What position he play? I'm trying to figure out who he is.
Corner.
Are we using an alias?
We are.
Okay, I know. I think I know who this is.
And it was not uncommon for people to do other sports, you know, away from the sport that they did just to stay in condition. Mm-hmm. I would run. I never competed in cross country, but I would practice with the cross country team. That way, when track season came around, I still had my conditioning.
Right.
So he decided, all right, well, my best friend runs track. I'm gonna run track too. And my events were hurdles, 300 hurdles, 110 hurdles, and high jump. Like I said, I was an awesome fucking rebounder. That's why I hated that they never let me play basketball, because I could jump out the fucking gymnasium. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll take my talents to high jump. So he joins the team and he says, "What events are you doing?" I was like, both sets of hurdles and high jump. So he signs up for both sets of hurdles and high jump, not realizing hurdles ain't something that you can just do.
No, there's a whole technique. You can't just jump. You can't just jump. You got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2.
And after clipping himself a couple of times, he was like, "Fuck this hurdle shit."
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't because he was clipping himself. It's because it was something that I could do better than him. He didn't like that. So he was like, okay, well, there's High jump still. Now, like I said, this guy is an athlete. So jumping is an ability. So, already long story short, we have this event that we call Pretzel Invite. Now, every invite that we will go to on either Friday or Saturday, Monday or Tuesday, you had to qualify for. So it'll be a smaller track meet Monday and Tuesday for us to do the big events on Friday or Saturday.
So you was qualifying during the week, trying to qualify for the Friday. Okay.
So we always had a qualifying meet, and that determined on who was going to compete in the big events. Mm-hmm. That's where we got our medals and trophies and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So Pretzel Invite, they had just switched everything to where they wasn't giving out medals, they were giving out actual trophies that year. Mm-hmm. So everybody wanted to be able to compete in order to try to get one of these trophies. So when you're high jumping, you get the right to say you either come in at the starting height or you could come in at a height later to preserve your energy. Because every jump takes something out of you.
Yeah.
So because I knew that I could clear 5'8", 5'8".
That's my height, actually.
I'm like, I'm not going to come in at 5'8". I want to get at least one warm-up jump. So I'm like, I'm going to come in at 5'6". Mm-hmm. Iron Bob decides, are you going to come in at 5'6"? I'm going to come in at 5'10". So now don't get me wrong. He's cleared 5'10" before, consistently, but never to start.
I'm about to say, you don't start like
you don't start at almost your max. So I'm like, you might want to do 5'8" or come in at 5'6" with me. You want to get some warm-up jumps in. Man, I got this. So we let the couple people do the 4'11", the 5'2", the 5'4". I do my 5'6". I soar over the top of it. Whatever. I know now that with that first jump, I've already qualified because I made a jump.
So you didn't really have to do much after that anyway.
No, that's why I was trying to tell him, just come in with me, and that's going to guarantee that we compete Friday. Mm-hmm. So a couple other people go. I clear my 5'8". A couple people get knocked out at the 5'8". 5'10" comes around. He's up first because he hasn't done anything yet. Mm. He scratches. He still has 2 more attempts. Cool. I do my 5'10". Boom. I'm going on to 6 foot.
See him Friday.
See you Friday.
Yeah.
Couple other people go. Couple people make it. Couple people don't make it. His turn again. Mm-hmm. He scratches again. Now his fucking stomach done dropped into his asshole, goddamn, because he can't fuck up now. Couple other people go, couple people miss. I'm still waiting for me to go to 6 foot.
You waiting on everybody because you done clear, like
because I did what
I'm waiting.
I strategically did what needed to be done to compete Friday.
Right.
He goes for his last jump. He scratches the 3rd time. So he doesn't have a qualifying height. He's just non-existent. Mm. So on Thursday, when we would go to practice, they would put the list of who's all competing in what based off of seeding times and heights and lengths and everything. He doesn't see his name on the list.
What? No shit.
And he goes to our coaches, which I'm not going to name because I think they're still teaching. So I don't want to involve them with no bullshit. Great guys. He goes to the coaches and he asks, how come my name isn't on the list to compete at Pretzel Invite? And it was like, because we didn't have anything to put in for you to compete for. Like, you didn't clear a height. So it's like you didn't show up. Like, so we can't put you on the roster because you don't have anything. We can't put zeros next to you.
Because zeros, you didn't clear enough.
Because you didn't clear anything.
If you even cleared 5'4", you could put it up there.
If he had to clear 4'11", he would have had something to put up. But because he was trying to compete with what he called his best friend and try to go above and beyond to try to show me out, he doesn't clear anything. Now, the reason why I'm saying everything the way that I'm saying it is because after the coaches explained to him why he's not competing at Pretzel Invite, the whole conversation becomes Abbas the sensei. How you gonna let him compete. He ain't never did nothing better than me, and I'm better than him at everything he do, and y'all know I should be competing over him because he ain't nearly as good as me.
And you laugh, and you probably looking at this laughing, but at the same time you hurt.
I'm hurt because I called this man my best friend for years. Like me and this man, we'd been through a lot of shit. So I called this man my best friend for years. So instead of him just accepting the fact that, okay, you made a stupid mistake trying to compete with somebody that wasn't even competing with you, the man tries to fight one of the young ladies in the hallway because she was laughing at his crash out. He done tried to whoop a couple of teachers. We used to have this glass pane window that separated the second floor of our high school from the hallway, from the door.
I know what you're talking about.
He done punched the glass and then shattered the glass.
I think I remember this now. Oh shit.
I mean, completely crashed out because he couldn't compete at Pretzel Invite over me. And after that day, we never saw him in school again because, of course, they got him the fuck up out of there. But I'll tell you the weird part about it, then I'm going to pass it over to you. The weird part about it is after that happened, I lost touch with this young man for years, and he ended up finding me on Facebook when I finally made one. And he would still call me and move with me like we were best friends.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, I think because when you're younger and, you know, at this time and y'all older now, time kind of resolved. But same time, I would kind of like said some shit about, you know what I mean?
Like the crazy part about it, bro, like he was so delusional and everything that wouldn't happen. Like this man that he was about to be married. And he called me and asked me to be his best man. That's how we ended up getting in contact with each other again from high school.
So this was from high school to like, let's say what?
Like our high 20s.
So good.
Like almost a good 10 years.
10 years. Yeah. Like, yeah, I get that. But it's just like, if you still feel a certain type of way about you being friends, it's like you still should have like resolved that. You know what I mean? I knew I had this one guy, rest in peace to him. What's his name? I said rest in peace. What's his name? Because I wanted to mention his name, but I didn't want to. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But this guy passed away, and this is not my story, but he passed away sometime. But me and him got into it in a locker one day, and this me might not want to do anything, so I would say he kind of got the best of me because I didn't want to put hands on him. So for like a good week or two, everybody like, oh, motherfucking Tim, he done beat your ass, blah blah. It's like I didn't do nothing, you know what I mean? Then there was always tension, and I always thought he was cool, but we didn't see anything about this till like years later, like my late 20s when El Patio was open. I seen him. He's like, Jay, what's up? Whatever, like that. And he's like, how you been? I'm like, you know, we just kind of shoot the shit. And this was still sitting on my back. And I'm like, so remember like 10 years ago when me and you got into it and, you know, you kind of pushed me in the locker and I didn't do nothing. And he's looking. I'm telling the story that he put his drink down. And this dude has already taught me. And you know how like El Patio was set up where it's like the bar's right here, but you had to walk.
Yeah, you had to walk up the steps. Yeah.
Right. So like he's already towering over me. And I'm like on the step like this. And he's like talking. Then he put his drink down and he had this biggest smile on his face. He's like, come here. Give me a hug. He picked me up like this. And he's a scrawny dude. He's like, pick me up like this. He's like, I love you, Jason. It's like, I don't know. I was going through some shit and I took that out on you. I'm sorry. It's like, anytime I got you, I got you. You know what I mean? I seen him a couple of times after that and then he passed away. But, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to make amends. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want to make. But I'm saying this like if it's that long, you know, everything might be good, but make it good.
I'm not mad about it because it was some kid shit.
But he should have at least. But he should have resolved it versus. That's what I'm saying. It's like
he when he came to me and asked me to be his best man, he knows he said that shit. He knows that I heard him say that shit, and he still has yet to apologize for it, and that's fine. You don't have to.
It would have been nice.
But me and you, I probably would have said, okay, I'll be your best man.
Mm-hmm.
But you also let me know what you thought about me from all of those years. And like I said, we weren't just best friends for like a year or two.
That's your brother.
Me and this dude was best friends for like almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Like this from like 6th grade all the way up until I want to say it was our junior year when that shit happened.
That's a lifetime. as a kid, that's a lifetime.
So it's like, but nah, but yeah. But shout out to Iron Bob.
Right.
Hope you're doing okay. You're not breaking glasses over high jump events.
Dumb. I almost got a side story, and once again, this one a story that I remember. I just remember like my brother was there because like it involved everybody that was in track, so I'm pretty sure you remember the story. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. I just know somebody got kicked off the bus, or they was trying to go to the track meet, and the track coach was like, if you don't show up on time, you can't get on the bus, whatever like that. And said person was trying to get on the bus and couldn't, and everybody was laughing at him. And there was one particular dude that's a goof off, started laughing loud as hell, was just like, ha, 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 ha. Now go home and watch your girlfriend cheat on you.
Oh,
that was the best. That was the best diss. I will never hear a better diss ever in my life. To this day, I keep that locked and loaded for somebody to get out of pocket for real. It's just like, go home and watch your girlfriend cheat on you.
That is nuts.
I don't know if you remember that. I just remember Cud told me that. I remember Bro told me that. A bunch of people told me that shit.
That had to happen before I made it to the high school.
But it was so, because like that was the rule. Just like if you late, you can't get on. And there's a dude was just slacking. And he's like, he showed up late. Anybody on the bus? He's like, hey, let me on the bus. He's like, nah, man. And everybody just started joining him. And he's just like, now go home and watch your girlfriend cheat on you.
That is nuts.
Best diss ever.
Wow. Go be a cuck.
There's your cuck chair.
That is fucking nuts.
Oh shit. All right. Okay. So this is my last story. I kind of feel like I told this story when I was talking about the crush of a lifetime, or I talked a little bit about it. So this is this is my high school prom conundrum.
Okay.
All right. So senior year. I mean, when you get in high school, you kind of semi-plan that you're gonna go, go to prom and blah blah blah. Then at some point, you're just kind of like, fuck it, whatever, you know what I mean? So, whether I feel that should be everybody's experience or something like that. If not, because my son didn't end up going to prom. I mean, we had a destination wedding for my brother, so it's just like it was prom, graduation, all this wrapping one. So all this was like a 2-week span. And I told my son, like, hey, you can go to prom. He's like, nah, you about to send me to Hawaii. Fuck this shit.
Hey,
I get it.
Hey,
I get it. You know what I mean? But so I kind of sympathize with people like that don't want to go to prom. So because at that point I didn't want to go. Then towards like the last minute or so, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go to prom. Because my best friend at the time, shout out to Martrice Collier, she was just like, this was my homie, you know what I mean? And my crush at the time, she was no longer present in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had broke up my junior year, and our senior year, I was like the whole year, I was like trying to get over her and shit. It was bad. We won't go into that again. We won't go into the
no. But that was a dark spiral.
That was a very dark spot. But and that was her best friend. My best friend was her best friend at the time. So it's just like, she was just like, you going to prom? I'm like, nah, I don't know if I'm going to prom. It's like, it'd be crazy if we both go to prom and shit. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That would be dope. That'd be dope. So she kind of got me hyped. Like, man, we can go together. We be Gino. You can't tell me we both won't look good going in that mother. I'm like, yeah, we gonna be G'd up and all this other stuff. We ready, you know what I mean? And like, I'm thinking about all this shit, and it's just like, and she was just like, this is the idea. Like, nothing was confirmed. We were just like, man, you go, we can do this, and everything like that. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I thought about it for a couple of days, just only 2 days, you know what I mean? So, then I'm trying to think what else happened. So I thought about it for a couple of days and all this other stuff. She's like, well, yeah, we could do it, blah, 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 whatever like that. You know what I mean? But yet she was still kind of looking for anything else. Then all of a sudden, now I think about it, there's this one girl, she was an underclassman. Nice, dark skinned, nice little thicky, like right kind of thick. She came up to me. I didn't know she had a crush on me or whatever like that, but she's trying to get at me, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, why don't we just go, together? I'm like, well, damn, like you got at me. This is not too often at this time. The Shogun get some play, his action, you know what I mean, his way. Usually I got to do the other way. But like this girl was asking me out, blah, 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 and all this other stuff, just showing interest. I'm like, okay, whatever, like that. And we did that. Then I told my best friend, she's like, oh, you going to the prom with such and such. And that's when she kept on kind of putting like, hey man, you know, me and you can go together. We will be a team. It'll be awesome. We'll be amazing and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah. But she had asked me, and it's just like, you was just kind of on the fence and I was on the fence. She's like, no, I get that. I was like, but hey, she's still trying to like poke, like, hey, we can still go together and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, fine. So the weeks kind of going by. I'm getting close to this underclassmen. When I say underclassmen, they want the creepy underclass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like I to be fair, I kind of feel like in high school, I know it's blurred lines, but I still kind of feel like in high school, and within that 4 years, that was still play ball. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not like 18 trying to holler at a 15-year-old per se, but still, I still kind of felt like there was still that play. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm trying not to be creepy about it, but you get what I'm saying, okay?
Yeah.
You know, I think she was a sophomore anyway. So yeah, she was a sophomore. So I was still within reason anyway. So I was like 17 and she was 15, I was 17. So we were both still underage. Whatever. We didn't do anything, so it don't even fucking matter. I'm just don't want to be a creep. Okay? I ain't do nothing with this girl anyway.
Hey, you walking the fuck out of that tightrope, right?
I ain't do nothing with her anyway. You know, I'm like, hey, I ain't do shit. But anyways, because I kept on mentioning underclassmen, I was like senior. I'm like, oh, Jason the creep. No, but she kept on talking, but something just was really weird about her. Just like it, just kind of like whatever. And me still talking about my bestie, it's just like her ideas started sounding good and shit. So I have a way of kind of making myself unavailable or unattractive by, if I don't want to be in a situation, I can make myself get out of a situation without saying I'm gonna get out of a situation. So it's like, I felt that she was being kind of weird. So I kind of like distanced myself or just been a little extra awkward where she had to be the one to be like, you know what? I don't want to go out with you because I didn't want to hurt a youngin' and be like, nah, I'm good. Fuck you, whatever like that. I'm gonna do something else. So she had it where it's like, you know what? I think I got other plans. I got some stuff to do and everything. And I'm like, oh, really?
Darn. Shucks.
And don't get me wrong, I would have had a good time because she still looked good too, man. Dark skin, dark chocolate, like nah. But anyways, I need to figure out where she at too. I think she's still in town. But anyways, I did that. She kind of like, ended the things with me and all this other stuff. So I got excited. I run downstairs because like the senior class was like down there and she always near my locker. Like she was an underclassman too. She was only 2 years. She was your age. Yeah, 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Martrice was down there and I ran up to her. I'm like, yo, guess what I did? And I was like, yeah, it's like me and old girl ain't going to prom together. So I'm free and available. What? And she's like, yeah, guess what I did? Yeah. I'm going with somebody else. I'm like, oh shit, what do we? So the whole time she kept on egging this on, like, we should go. And I had plans to go with somebody else because she wasn't being 100% clear and I wasn't being 100%. So it's like, I could have just bit the bullet with this girl right here and kind of went with the, just to sake of going to prom. But I let her end it so I can go with her, my best friend. Turns out she's going with some other dude. I'm like, fuck.
As you run back upstairs, hey.
I think I did. And I was like, man, I did. I'm like, you sure you want to do this? She's like, yeah, I'm sure. It's like, I got up there. I'm like, oh, fuck. But I'm kind of like, I still kind of feel like I've dodged the bullet. So I think I'm good. So I had to figure out everything. What am I going to do? Because I already told my folks I'm going to prom and I got the suit and all this other shit ready. So I'm like, what the fuck I'm going to do? So I'm like, one of my good friends, which she's an alderman, Rachel Simmons, the homie, she's like, yo, you know our buddy, we grew up with her, Liz Cunningham. It's like, she ain't got nobody to go with. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. Now she was one of my crushes before my crushes. So okay, we always had it. So I'm like, you know how like y'all friends with people then when you get like in high school, you just kind of like forget about people, kind of
Yeah.
so. And not that I necessarily forget about it. We just weren't in like the same cliques or anything like that. So I'm like, oh shit, I kind of forgot about her. All right, and she was, and which was kind of fucked up because she was like that black nerd, emo goth. Like she had that kind of vibe where we didn't know how to do that, and it's like it was probably way awesome at the time than I would know. So I was kind of standoffish by that because I didn't know how to process that because I didn't know how to process my nerddom at the time. So it's just like, so when she said that, she's like Liz, and so I'm like, or Lindsay, I'm like, yeah, but she kind of weird, but I kind of like weird, but you know what I mean? Because Rachel was kind of like, yeah, so it's like if she do go to prom with you, she probably gonna wear some black white stripe socks and everything. And I'm like, oh, that would be dope, but oh, that's gonna be weird. So I'm like, what do I do? So I end up asking her, I'm like, hey, yeah. You got somebody to go to prom? No, I ain't got nobody to prom. So hey,
Fuck with your boy.
I just like, yeah, you fuck with your boy. She's like, I fuck with your boy. And we end up going to prom. It was a good day. It was a good night. It was hot as fuck. We all went on this big dinner date to Lacer's, which I still recommend everybody go to because 20 years later, it's still there. It's a fondue restaurant up there in Rockford.
Never heard of it.
It's on Church Street, so it's like it looked like a house. I think it was a yellow house at time, but it's like I think they painted. But it's an actual fondue restaurant. You go upstairs, they do fondue. It was awesome. We actually was running late because my mom and Rachel's mom was riding around in our fucking limo. So we was just like, we gotta go. Like I think we went to the restaurant, then we came back. It's like, okay, the limo's supposed to pick us up. Where the fuck is our limo? And we just see, Rachel's mom and my mom popped her head out like, hey, guys, what's going on? And all this other shit. So, we was late, a little late to the prom. We did all that other stuff. That prom was good. Then we always had the after prom at the junior high where they do the lock-in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And this is where the conundrum kind of happened. It's just like, half of us was trying to go to the hotel. Other half of us was going to the lockdown. I was going to the hotel. She was going to the lockdown.
You can't do both.
Can't do both. There was just one mishap after another, but it was still a good fucking prom though. So it's just like one of my awkward stories of how weird, awkward things happen to me, but does happen right, but doesn't happen right. This is the story of my life. It's like, for this to happen, this gotta happen. That's always me. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed our walk down memory lane.
We're going to have to do a part 2 to this because there's so many stories to be told.
So many stories. I mean, I should have told the drumline story, where it's me versus a whole drumline. Oh, my God.
Right, Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon ain't got shit on me. I swear to God. And I'm not going to. Once again, we need to do the hate episode. I feel like we need more people, but I don't care. We just need to do a hate episode. But anyways, the walk down memory lane. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this sparked some nostalgia with you today, and your high school, your childhood memories and experience. So, with that said, we're gonna get up this fucking mildewed basement. I am the Shogun. This is the Master. Good evening.